Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Glow Up, the podcast that makes your English more natural, more confident, and more you. I'm Amy.
And I'm Jake. Great to be back with you all today.
Jake, can I ask you something? Did anything interesting happen to you this week?
Yes, yesterday my friend asked me, "What do you think of my new haircut?" And I just said, it is a haircut.
That was your opinion?
That was my full opinion. It is a haircut. She has hair, it is cut, facts only.
Jake, that is not an opinion, that is a description.
I know. She was not happy with me. No,
This is exactly why today's topic matters. We use opinions all the time: food, films, work, weekend plans. And if you only have one or two ways to say what you think, conversations get very short very fast.
very short. Like mine, it is a haircut. End of conversation.
By the end of this episode, you will have so many better options. But first, a quick question for our listeners. Listeners, do you ever feel like you only have one way to say what you think? Like the only phrase you know is, I think it is good? If that sounds familiar, stay with us. In the next 12 minutes, we're going to give you simple, natural phrases that native speakers use every day. Phrases for strong opinions, soft opinions, agreeing, disagreeing, and asking what other people think. All of it. Let's go. Okay, Jake. Before the phrases, one important idea. Why does this skill matter so much?
Because saying it is a haircut is not enough. Uh,
Yes, but also opinions show your personality. When you share what you think, people learn who you are. If you only say yes, no, and okay, people don't really know you.
no, so it's not just grammar, it's connection.
Exactly. And there are two big mistakes learners make. Mistake one, being too short, just saying good or bad with no reason. Mistake two, being too strong too fast, jumping straight to you are wrong without softening at first.
I have definitely done both of those.
Most learners have, but after today, not anymore. Think of what we're building as a toolbox. Inside that box, a tool for sharing your opinion, a tool for making it stronger or softer, a tool for agreeing, a tool for disagreeing politely, and a tool for asking what others think. Let's open it.
I am ready. Open the toolbox.
Here are the 5 phrases that will immediately make you sound more natural in English. 5 tools. That's all you need to start. And once you have them, conversations feel completely different. Let me show you. Tool 1, I think. Everyone knows this one, but it's still the best starter. Simple, safe, natural. Tool 2, I feel like. This sounds softer and more personal. For example, I feel like this film was a bit too long.
I feel like sounds more like a feeling than a fact, less certain.
Exactly. Use it when you're not completely sure or when you don't want to sound too strong. Tool 3, personally. For example, personally, I prefer cooking at home to eating out.
Personally sounds mature, like you've thought about it.
And does. It signals, this is my view, not a general fact. Tool 4, to be honest. For example, to be honest, I didn't enjoy that film. It adds warmth, tells the listener you're about to say something genuine.
And tool 5,
I really think, for when you want to add more certainty. I really think this cafe is worth visiting. Now, the secret ingredient that makes all 5 work even better. The word because.
because is the bridge between the opinion and the reason. Uh,
Exactly. I think this park is beautiful because it has big trees and a quiet lake. Phrase plus because plus reason. That 3-part structure makes you sound confident and clear every time.
I think this restaurant is expensive because the portions are small. Ha! I have strong opinions about food.
Everyone does. Now, 2 more tools. For strong opinions, I strongly believe. Use it when you really mean it. For example, I strongly believe that sleep is just as important as exercise. For soft opinions, from my point of view, this means from how I see it. It signals that other people might see it differently.
From my point of view, working in an office is more productive than working from home.
Perfect, humble, polite, very useful when the topic could be sensitive. You can also use, I suppose, for something even softer. I suppose this neighborhood is quite nice. It means I think, but I'm not completely sure.
So I have tools for every level: strong, medium, soft.
Exactly. Let's do our repeat drill. Everyone say these out loud, slowly.
I really think this is a great idea.
To be honest, I wasn't expecting that.
I strongly believe that rest is essential.
From my point of view, the city is more exciting. You now have tools for saying what you think, strong, soft, and everything in between. But real conversation is a two-way street. Someone else speaks, you listen, and then you agree, you disagree, or you're somewhere in the middle. This next part is the one most learners find hardest. Because disagreeing in English without sounding rude, that takes skill. We're going to give you that skill right now. Agreement first. The simplest phrase, I agree, clear and direct. You can also make it warmer. I totally agree or I absolutely agree. These add enthusiasm.
I absolutely agree that this podcast is great.
Thank you. There's also, I think so too. Softer, more conversational. And exactly, short but powerful. When someone says something and you want to show full agreement immediately.
Exactly like I just did. Uh,
Perfect. Now, the partial agreement. When you agree a little but not completely. Use I agree to some extent. I agree partly but not fully. Or, and this is one of my favorites. I see your point, but
oh, you accept what they said, and then you add your view.
exactly. I see your point, but I think the ending of that film could have been better. You're building a bridge between their view and yours. Now, disagreement, the harder part.
Yes, I never know how to disagree without sounding rude.
The phrase, I'm not sure I agree, is perfect. It disagrees, but gently. For example, I'm not sure I agree that online learning is always easier than classroom learning. And then always add a reason. It makes you sound thoughtful, not just contrary.
I'm not sure I agree. I think face to face conversation is still very important because you can read body language.
Perfect. Two more disagreement tools. That's an interesting point, but it shows you listened. And I see it a bit differently, very soft and respectful. Let's practice. I'll say an opinion. You respond with polite disagreement. I think big cities are always better than small towns.
That's an interesting point, but I see it a bit differently. Small towns can be quieter and safer, and that's very valuable.
Beautiful, very natural. And finally, asking others what they think. Because good conversation isn't just talking, it's inviting people in.
Right. A conversation is not a speech.
Exactly. Use what do you think? What's your take on that? How do you feel about it? And if someone surprises you, I hadn't thought of it that way, or I can see where you're coming from.
I can see where you're coming from. That sounds so warm and open.
It shows you listened, even if you still disagree. We have covered so many tools: basic phrases, strong, soft, agreement, disagreement. Now, the final piece, the one that makes everything feel real: how native speakers actually sound in daily conversation. Short, casual, honest. This is what makes you fluent, not just correct. Stay with us. Jake, native speakers don't always give long, perfect opinions. Sometimes they just say small, natural things. Like, Not really my thing. That means I don't enjoy it very much. Or I'm quite into it. I like it a lot right now.
I'm quite into cooking at the moment. Lots of pasta experiments.
Ha. And I have mixed feelings about it. You see both good and bad sides. Very honest, very natural.
I have mixed feelings about working from home. I love the freedom, but I miss seeing colleagues.
Perfect. There's also a depends, often the most honest answer you can give. And I'm in two minds about it, meaning I'm undecided. I can see both sides.
I'm in two minds about changing jobs. The new one pays more, but I love my current team.
All of these are real human answers, not perfect, not formal, just honest. Let's do a quick simulation, a full natural conversation using everything from today. Jake, did you watch that documentary about ocean life last night?
I did. Honestly, I have mixed feelings. The visuals were incredible. I'm really into nature documentaries for that reason, but some parts felt a bit slow.
That's interesting. From my point of view, it was one of the best ones this year. I strongly believe storytelling like that changes how people think about the environment.
So I see your point. I agree to some extent. I just think it could have been 20 minutes shorter.
Fair enough. What's your take? Should we watch the next episode?
Personally, I think yes. The ending made me curious, but it depends on whether you have 2 hours.
I'm in two minds. I love it, but I'm also very tired.
Then I suppose we save it for the weekend.
Did you hear all of those phrases in one natural conversation? I have mixed feelings. I'm really into. From my point of view, I strongly believe I see your point. I agree to some extent. Personally, it depends. I'm in two minds, I suppose. All woven together, all completely natural.
And I wasn't even thinking about it. I was just talking. Um,
That is exactly the goal. Two quick traps before we wrap up. Trap one, giving an opinion with no reason. If I say it's bad, that sounds short and maybe a little rude, but I'm not a big fan of it because it feels too slow. That sounds much better. Always add because.
because is everything. Uh,
Trap two, using the same phrase every time. If every sentence starts with I think, it starts to sound repetitive. Mix it up. Personally, to be honest, I feel like, from my point of view, variety makes you sound more natural immediately.
variety sounds natural. Repetition sounds like a machine.
Remember, you don't need all of them at once. Start with two or three that feel natural to you. Practice them this week. Then slowly add more. And always, always add a reason with because. Listeners, your challenge this week: go to the comments and tell us, what topic do you enjoy giving your opinion about most? Try to use at least one phrase from today. Something like, personally, I enjoy talking about food because I love cooking. Or, in my opinion, travel is the best way to learn about the world. We read every comment.
Everyone, please write something cut. It's the best English practice there is.
If this episode helped you, subscribe to English Glow Up and give us a like. New episodes every day. So many more useful topics coming.
Thank you for spending this time with us today. You're all doing a great job.
Until next time, keep sharing your ideas, keep glowing up. See you in the next one.
Bye, everyone.